Get to your dealer now for the Power and Performance Sales Event. Get up to 7 years of Yamaha warranty protection free. Or earn up to $200 in dealer credit. Yamaha Power and Performance has never been a better value.
Hey, on this week's forecast, you can expect reports locally and around the region. Another open boat piece with Jenni from Connecticut locally. You can expect a clam recipe and a permit reminder as well.
The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners.
Today is the 28th of March. We're almost in April, and we do have some fishing news for you. These are the last few days to get your state 4x4 permit. If you don't get it now, you're locked in until September. You have until the end of this month, which is only a few days. Visit the link in our bio for the link to get that permit before it's too late. That big April edition of the Fisherman magazine, it is out now. We have a little preview for you guys. We're going to go into it. We have the Dream Boat Kickoff. That's the 21 Steiger again with the 150 Yamaha. All the details on how to get into that tournament. You can end up at the end of the year with a sweet, sweet Steiger craft. The Striper Quest 2024 tournament. That's going to be in New Jersey. We're going to have all the details on that as well. Again, it's a tagging tournament with the Fisherman and Gray Fish Tag. Really cool event. Suggest you follow along with that one. And if snap jigging does interest you, we have all the details on how to build a snap jig rod yourself or get one built by a builder. Check it out. Hey, the Fisherman's Jenni Ackerman, she's dedicated. She drove up from New Jersey to fish Connecticut with Paul McCain from River Bay. Let's check it out.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Open Boat. Today I'm up in Long Island at the Connecticut Preserve, and this is a blue ribbon trout rivers. The presidents have been here. The New York elites this used to be their playground for trout, but guess what? I'm here now, and Paul is gonna show me how to catch trout on the fly rod. So let's go, because I wanna learn how to fly fish, and I wanna catch some trout, and I wanna take you guys with me. Hi, you must be Paul.
Oh, hi, how you doing? I watch you every week.
Nice to meet you.
I'm so happy to have you here on Long Island.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm very excited because I've literally never fly fished before in my entire life, and I'm ready to learn today.
Oh, it's a whole new sport, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's a whole new sport. You might not want to go back to anything else when you get done with this. So what I think we should do is, let's first, before we put our waders on, we're going to just practice a little casting. Okay. All right? So just to get it ready. And I'm going to use this as a 5-weight, soft the rod. It makes it easier to learn on. Okay, good. Right? Oh, you're going to do fine. It's actually, women are better fly fishermen than men. So the big thing here, Jenni, is not that it's the line. Normally you're surf fishing, you're throwing the plug, and the plug has the weight. In this case, it's the line has the weight. The flies have no weight. So you're actually delivering the line. Okay. All right? And to do that, you need actually a little bit of line because it's tapered. Yes. All lines are tapered, right? So you need a little bit of line out to be able to load the rod. And a load, all that is see how the rod bends? Yeah. And if you let it go, it unloads. Okay. Right? And that's basically the whole thing. You need two things to do. You need to load the rod, and you need that abrupt stop. Okay. Right? So you're not like this, right? It's actually like, do you ever play darts?
Is it like a 10 and 2? Right. The 10 and 2.
The 10 and 2, 10 and 1. Okay. Do you play darts?
Not really, no.
Okay, have you thrown a paper out?
I know it like throws.
Right, it's like doink. Yeah. It's not this.
No.
It's that stop and release. Okay. And you're doing the same thing with a fly rod. You're stopping and release. Okay. Right? So stop, 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 stop. See how tight that loop is? If you go too long, see how open it is? Yeah. Right? Stop, stop, stop. Well, it's time for you to learn. Okay. Okay. So what you do is you're actually going to start a little low. Okay. Because you got the line out. Yeah. And you're going to come up, stop here. Yep. Stop here. See that? Oh, okay. Stop. Gotcha. Right, just like that. And then lower it down. That's the fly. So low, bring it back. Very good, except you need a pause too. Okay. So what you do is you can actually turn sideways and watch it go back and then go forward. Okay. You want it to go back and then forward.
Paul showed me the ropes for about 30 minutes on fly fishing, and I kind of have it down. I got more confidence in this skill now, and we're ready to go and get on some fish. Okay, so now we're testing out this first tidal pool here. Conditions are a little rough with the rain, but we're gonna make it work. And I get to test out my casting with the fly rod here. And there's nothing really happening in this first pond. We're not really hooking into any lunkers, so we're gonna move on to the next one and see what we can get ourselves into.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my
there
God.
You go. Good.
Should I reel it in?
Yeah,
or?
no, pull it on
pull it?
but don't yank it.
Okay.
Keep pulling it. Keep it always tight. Keep the rod tip up a little bit.
Okay, I got
a little bit. Excellent. Nice fish. Nice fish.
Oh
Brookie,
my goodness.
A nice brookie.
We got a duck in the audience here too.
Okay.
Open
Put
boat
your rod
fin.
tip that way. You don't want to let him get into the grass.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
The duck is chasing him.
That's right. Okay.
How do you want
Just
this?
slowly pick it up. Unfortunately, I forgot my net in my car,
God.
but that's all right.
It's gonna get all tangled.
Don't worry about that.
You got it?
Oh, he's good. He's good. Oh, he's off.
No! We saw it though.
It's long line release.
It's the duck's fault.
That's right.
We had one.
Long line release.
Oh my goodness.
You don't have to spend a lot of money. Everybody thinks it's fly fishing is so expensive. Fan stall reels are how much? You know?
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to spend a lot of money. And in freshwater, lines are very important. Save the money on the reel.
Okay.
You know, you could have the cheapest reel and it does all the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? In saltwater, yeah, you want a good reel.
Exactly.
Bigger fish, fighter fish, stronger.
Yep.
But spend the money on a good rod. You could get set up for less than $200.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean.
No, you need that $1,000 rod.
After
You
today.
need that $1,000 rod. I'm telling you, you deserve that $1,000 rod.
Is that the hook?
Do you have one? I think you have one.
Oh, wait, hang on. I think he's off now.
Oh, I think.
Hang on.
Did he still? Wait a minute.
Oh!
Nope. We got him. We got him.
There we go.
Go. There you go.
Bring the rod tip to you.
Yep. Bring him right. He's
a little. Oh, there
Yeah!
we go. Yeah! That's a nice one. Oh my gosh. So this has been a ton of fun. For a first-time fly fisherman, I'm hooked. I hate to say it, but I'm happy to say it. Another hobby for me to get into. From black fishing to fly fishing, I'm ready to go. So I want to get another one here. But thank you again, Paul, for showing me the ropes.
Oh, anytime. And yet, look at it just as a different technique. You know, I'm not saying stop the other things, but add this to your quiver.
It's going to get added.
Add it to your quiver.
I'm going to be a jack of all trades in the fishing industry here.
Yeah, that's right.
And this has been a ton of fun, and it's super tranquil out here, and I'm really enjoying my time. So
I'm glad. I'm so glad. And it's a pleasure meeting you because you are the one I watch on the Fishing Report.
Thank you.
You know?
So we just wrapped up here on the river. It wasn't the best day with the fishing conditions after all that rain, but I managed to catch some fish, my first fish on the fly, so that was awesome. Paul really helped me out here and really showed me the ropes on how to fly fish and a beginner fly fisherman experience. It was all around a great time, and I'm gonna have to get myself a fly rod and reel now.
Marine Made of Lindenhurst is holding their annual spring sale March 23rd through April 6th. Bottom paint from $79 per gallon. Save big on engine parts, outboard oil, cleaners, waxes, and more. Daily raffles and your chance to win big prizes. Visit marinemade.com for all the details.
If you tuned in last week, you saw how we dug the clams. This week, we're going to show you how to make them. Tim C. Smith, the producer, gives us a Clams Casino recipe.
Today, I'm going to show you how to make Clams Casino quick and easy. Here's what you need: clams, some butter, some garlic, some breadcrumbs, some bacon, some onion, some peppers, a clam knife, and some olive oil. First step is let's get a little flame under the pan that we're going to be cooking in. I like to get those pans good and hot. These are cast iron, so it's perfect. And this little cast iron pan will get our onion and garlic and butter and all that good stuff ready to go. Get that rack on the top shelf and get that broiler going, and we're going to make some Clams Casino. Let's get some butter in that cast iron pan with a little squeeze of olive oil. and let that melt and be ready. Just chopping up, get those peppers nice and small. And get some chopped peppers. While I'm chopping up the onion, garlic, and peppers, I'm cooking the bacon, and this is the pan I'm going to use to put the clams on and toss into the broiler. Now that I've melted the butter and a little bit of oil, I'm going to pour a little bit of that right into our breadcrumbs. And that butter and oil mixture I'm going to mix in with the breadcrumbs and just give that a little stir. And that's what we're going to top our Clams Casino with. Now that the bacon's cooked, let's put the bacon aside. Now let's put our peppers and onions and garlic into the butter that was melted. And a pinch of salt. Fresh pepper. And while the veggies are getting soft, let's open up some clams. To open a clam, one of the biggest keys are that the clam is good and cold. Let's get a good clam knife, find the little space there, and give it a push. Work that knife through the clam, cutting the muscle on both sides, give it a little twist. Take the top, scrape away. Same thing on the bottom. And that clam is good to go and ready for the toppings. All right. Now, this is nice and soft, all ready to go. And we are just gonna put a nice layer of our onions, garlic, butter, right on top of our clams. All right, let's put some bacon on there. Can't go wrong with bacon, never too much bacon. And then we'll finish it off with our breadcrumbs. And the broiler's going into the broiler on that top shelf. And we'll leave that in there for a few minutes until it's nice and brown on top. All right, it only needs a couple minutes in the broiler. Let's see what we got. Look at that. That is perfect Clams Casino, nice and easy.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
We're going to check on in with the upcoming events now. The Marine Made Big Sale is on with the best prices of the year on bottom paint and more. This goes through April 6th. Now, on the 7th is the Fisherman's Flea Market. This one is located at the Port Jefferson Moose Lodge from 9 to 4. Then on April 13th is that big Belmont Lake Spring Fishing Festival. Great for the kids, great for people of all ages. It's at Belmont Lake State Park from 10 to 4 p.m. Then on April 16th, we have a District 3 Advanced Boating class. It's going to be on boat handling. It's going to be at 6:30 at the West Islip Library. Subscribe to the Fisherman magazine or renew at one of the upcoming shows. When you renew or subscribe for $30, you'll get a $20 gift card for the Surehold products and a Tsunami 4-inch iPro popper. And you are automatically entered into that Dreamboat contest. And keep in mind, the last event of the spring to get this deal is the flea market that is going to take place on April 7th. We got a lot of reports this week. Let's head on to the map, see what's going on. From the Viking, there's been some early reports of squid starting to show up already, which is a good sign. There could be some fish right behind them, striped bass, maybe some early season fluke showing up. Don't forget that the Viking will be in Sag Harbor for porgy fishing. That's right around the corner. Spring porgy starts on May 1st. Over at J&J and Patchogue, John, he said that the tidal creeks along the South Shore are starting to yield a few small resident striped bass. He recommended a nice light 7-foot rod with a light reel with some soft plastics. That's a good starting point. Over at Saltwater's West Islip, Mike checked in. He said that there was some white perch in the tidal creeks. That's like Carmen's, Connecticut River, all those other small creeks in the Lindenhurst, Babylon area as well. Bob from Bob's Bait and Tackle, he's in Amity Harbor. He said there's been some school bass at the local docks, soft plastics, bloodworms, sandworms. He also mentioned the State Channel, Moses Bridge were another couple spots. You could try storm shads as well. He did say there were a couple taking poppers already. Real surprising. Mark at the LI Outdoorsman. He said that there was bass on both the north and the south shores. On the north shore, we're talking about Little Neck, Manhasset. South shore, we're talking like the Jamaica Bay area. He also said there's been some cod on the offshore pieces. Those cod are starting to make their way to the closer pieces, so it gives the private guys a good shot at them as well. Jim over at Millard Place, he told me that there's been some freshwater action going on. Few brown trout over at West Lake in Patchogue. He did mention that a lot of the local lakes and ponds and rivers as well have been stocked with both browns and rainbows by the DEC. Now up in Cow Harbor in Northport, he said there are some stripers in the back bays and harbors, and if you're looking for some catch and release fun right now, it's one way to go. Soft plastics, again, are a great way to get them. He said small poppers. I've also been getting some fish in the back harbors and bays. Did mention there's some sporadic herring fishing taking place in the back of Huntington and Northport by the docks. Top of the tide was the key. There are also some herring and stripers showing up at Centerport Mill Dam at the start of that outgoing tide. Now, Blaze from Duffy's in Glenwood Landing, he told us that we had some great striped bass fishing in the back of Hempstead Harbor for the past 2 weeks. There's some real nice fish, up to like 30, 32 inches are coming up. Swimming plugs have been the best bet for those fish. Got some other reports as well. Joe, he sent me this 29-incher. It was a striper caught on a Tsunami holographic swim shad. This is up on the North Shore, the western North Shore. Dan Komenko, he was fishing the East River for stripers. He had a 29-incher earlier in the week as well. Cameron, he was on the east end of the island for freshwater. We're going to switch gears here a little bit. He said he caught this largemouth bass in one of the Long Island lakes on the east end of the island. He said, quote, "The ticket has been small suspending jerkbaits, small Kitech plastics on a jig head, or live worms and minnows. All worked slowly because the water is still relatively cold." Then I got one last report. I got this picture of Cody Brown with a nice hefty carp from a central Long Island lake. If you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com, and I'll be sure to get that photo into the magazine or the weekly video fishing forecast. Send them on in.
The first ever Port Jefferson Flea Market is Sunday, April 7th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Port Jefferson Moose Lodge, 37 Crystal Brook Hollow Road, Mount Sinai. Over 50 tables with new and used fishing gear. Get your fishing questions answered by the Pro Roundtable. Get all the details at PortJeffersonFishingFleaMarket.com.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Great to be back. Let's check that weekend forecast as we kick things off on this brand new season. You can always check your favorite apps, weather tools, weather sites, whatever you got. This is a general heads up, general overview on the upcoming weekend. So I just want to give a shout out to John over at Premium Bucktails. Really love this product. These bucktails have been very, very good for me the past several seasons here with snap jigging particularly. They work very well. Been catching a lot of bass in the back bays, the ocean, the channels. It's just been terrific. You can check them out at www.premiumbucktails.com or reach out to John at premiumbucktails@gmail.com. This is great to have, worth it to have in your bag here as we go throughout the season. Water temps in the 40s. It's still chilly. Haven't had much in the way of any real spring weather in terms of extended spring weather. So we're going to stay chilly Friday and Saturday with gusty winds from the northwest. What else is new? Sunday, though, I think we'll go 1 for 3. I think at least Sunday. It'll be a little chilly, but at least it'll be less windy. So that'll be the pick of the weekend if you want to try to get out in the ocean or avoid the chop. So 20, 25, 30 on Saturday, but yeah, maybe 10, 15 up to 20 on Sunday, a little better. 2 to 4, 4 to 8, the ocean will be riled up. The sound a little choppy, but much better day if you're going to do anything on Sunday. That's going to be the pick of the weekend. 50s to near 60, so it's not terribly cold despite the wind both Saturday and Sunday, but it will feel much better on Sunday with less wind. You can see on the Guru, I kind of like this app. It just shows all the bright colors and the arrows and the winds here, gusty Friday and Saturday. You can see how we get more blue and green, less intensity of wind on Sunday, so it looks like the better deal. Speaking of the deal, the weekend weather deal, Friday, Saturday, gusty, choppy, and Sunday, the best day of the weekend with things lessening up quite a bit. So overall, we'll go 1 for 3 this weekend as we kick things off. Be safe as always. Great to see you all again. Have a great season. Matt, back to you.
Now we're going to check in with Timothy O'Rourke from Montauk. Tim.
Thank you, Matt. Well, greetings, everybody. As you can imagine, not a whole lot to report just yet. Still kind of in a waiting game. But all the signs of spring are starting to come about. Definitely some bait around, plenty of gadnets around, picking away at the bait. And the weather is getting a little warmer, even though it was a bit breezy and chilly at the beginning of the week. It's just a matter of time. Get your boats ready, get your rods and reels ready. As you can see, I've been working on my stuff, looking forward. So hopefully in the next week or so, we should definitely start having a more positive report. All right, guys, just keep doing what you're doing and be patient. Thank you.
From Northport, the Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle report.
Hey, folks, this week's report, we've got bass action still on the west. It's been kind of cold, so that sunny in the afternoon thing has not been happening. But there's still fish around. The evening bites pretty much the same as the daytime. Just watch yourself around the tides. That incoming tide seems to be working well. Again, the baits, I haven't seen a whole lot other than some big spearing. Again, I mentioned shrimp so many times. But I haven't heard about anything with porgies or blackfish. Although hunting around, it's been all about striped bass and chasing the trout locally. They've had the ponds are all stocked, so things are going really well. If you've been watching that series Matt did with repairing the rods, it's great. Check out. Definitely take a look at it. And what's really cool is many people come here. They buy a lot of components. Everything pretty much you can get on Mudhole, you get over here at Cow Harbor. And if you're not really sure and you're new to building, you got some questions, it's a great place to get some free advice. So come on down, get your components here. And I hope to see you soon. Until next week, I bid you peace and tight lines.
With the Fly and Freshwater Report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, this has been a crazy busy week for me. Besides doing the expo, that was just crazy. But now I've been guiding a lot. I got a lot of guided trips out of that. And, this week, I love guiding. I love guiding newbies, people that have never done it before, and watching them catch their first fish. And I was very fortunate. The first day, past Friday, I guided this father and son. He's home from college, and he's on his way back, and his father really wanted me to do it. I said, sure, and I got somebody to watch the shop for me. And we had a great day, and they never, ever fly fished. And they each had fish. It was great. And not only that, his son, I had to go, when you have two people, you're running back and forth. I was working with his father, and his son had two fish on by himself and landed them. It was great. Then I actually had the pleasure of guiding Jenni from the open boat segment. She's a doll. Great fisherman. I tell you, she took to it. And, she really had a good time. Tough conditions. It was on Sunday, the day after it rained. The water was ripping. But we were able to get a few fish on and landed a couple. So we were very happy about that. She's terrific. She's a fish person. She knows how to fish. I guided a husband and wife. There again, he knew how to, he was good. He knew how to cast, and he didn't do much trout fishing. And he had some fish on, but his wife, who never touched a fly rod, she had fish on. Not only on, she landed one by herself. She ended up with two in the net. So it was great. And as I was walking out, I ran into a member of the fly rodders who has never caught a trout on a fly rod. And so I helped him, I showed him what to do a little bit. And George was able to put a fish in his hand, right, with the fly he tied. And he's never caught it. That was his first trout on a fly rod. And he's just raving about it. So there's fishing to be had. Saltwater, stripers are in. Look for the back bays. Look for the high tide in the afternoon. Let it be low tide. Right now, we're in a moon tide. So that low tide at 1 o'clock was baking those mud flats. And believe me, that really helped. So this is going to be a better week. It's getting better and better and better. I can't wait. April's here. So until next week, tie lines, everybody.
Let's check in with Max Finch from the Connecticut side of the Western Sound.
Hey everyone, Max here from Fisherman's World with another local fishing report. This past week we've seen some stripers caught in our harbor again. You know, they're just getting more and more in our local area. We've seen some actually pretty decent sized fish from like 25 to 35 inches. That seems to be the cookie cutter range. Guys are getting them on soft plastics, you know, small top waters in the morning. There are some herring showing up, so the fish are keying in on them. Norwalk River's been all the way good up to the dam at Wall Street. You know, you can try your luck there. Calf Pasture Beach has had fish. You know, we've heard fish Sherwood Island, you know, obviously the mouth of the Housatonic, and then all the way up to Housatonic this time of year, fishing with Sullivan's Island up to the dam. SP Minnows is a good lure to try this year to match the herring. Blackfish opens up. We won't have crabs initially, but we will have sandworms and clams. You know, it's been a mild winter, so the blackfish bite could be good. And then the state's still doing a good job stocking our local rivers. The fly fishing only part in the Saugatuck, Mianus, the Far Mill River was stocked. We'll be fully loaded with shiners, worms, and all your trout lures you need. Thanks and good luck.
Remember to like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we do post a new video on YouTube. Please support the correspondents, visit their websites and their social media pages. If you would like to be a part of our weekly video fishing forecast, we are looking for social media savvy anglers for that hyper-local reporting from the New York Metro and Long Island area, and especially from the beach. So if you're a captain, tackle shop, or just an avid angler, contact the producer at tcslabayrat@gmail.com.
Check out the latest podcast on YouTube and YouTube Music from the Fisherman magazine as we take a deep dive with the owner of No Live Bait Needed, Jose Martinez, and discuss how it all started and what's in their future.
April is next week. Keep in mind, it's your last opportunity to get that state permit. Blackfish season opens. Flounder season opens if you could find them. The lakes are stocked. The weather's going to be great. A lot of good fishing going on. Get out there, give it a shot. We'll see you next week.